absolute disgrace. I mean, you play for Man United. You know, nothing to do with tactics. Just work hard. They never should have bought Ronaldo back. Simple as that. You know, the club...
Are you still good on about Ronaldo? You still go get rid of Ronaldo. He scored 18 goals last season. Isn't that what the game's all about? It's putting the ball in the net, isn't it?
Back to win the league.
What about Salah? Salah, what did he do?
We're not talking about Salah.
He scored goals at the end of the day.
I'm saying they brought him back to win the league. Did they win the league? Did they win the league? Did they?
No, they didn't win the league.
No, they didn't. So...
Maybe Manchester United's Charity Shield defeat offered some hope to their challengers, a hint of vulnerability. Sure to work hard on this pitch that has just been made a little bit smaller, not just for this game, but for the remainder of the season, to suit maybe what Walter Smith sees as the main priorities for the way his team are going to play. Beckham.
Over 30 seconds of passing from Manchester United. I think they'll let them have it here, Everton, to the game where Stam has it. And I think when it comes into areas where Dwight York's dropping off to, they might find that Everton, Walter Smith and Archie Knox have sent them out to play at a higher tempo, put them under pressure.
Dave Watson went a long way with Dwight York then, right into the Manchester United half. But looking back, David Weir had just filled in alongside Richard Gough. So there was no real gap for Manchester United to exploit, and they... Handball by Beckham, not given. Keane. Scholes has seen a hole to run into. Picked out by Keane. Paul Scholes. Gerrard saves.
Well, that might just be the biggest save of the match.
Watson is on the coaching staff here as well as playing. Forward by Cole. Dwight York. And Gerrard got a touch but couldn't keep it out. And it's taken Manchester United 6.5 minutes to open their Premiership account for the new season.
And it's a top scorer who does it. That familiar smile on the face of Dwight York. They don't deal with the ball. Dave Watson's header isn't good enough. And it's a beautiful little give and go. York just plays it back and then he's off. And he's fed in beautifully from Cole. Gerrard does his best, goes low to his left, gets a bit on it. But there's enough on the ball. They've picked him off. As we thought they might, that was the danger.
Oh, and the Bosnich comes and had problems on the dimensions of the penalty area. Then it's Campbell who was the player running in the first place.
Well, the question for me, Mark, was did he handle it?
Like handball by Roy Keane. The spin took it onto the arm. Not shy of spoiling for a scrap, is it, John Hutchison?
I think Roy Keane just had a little word about the attempted challenge. It was a little bit high from Don Hutchison.
As a forward, you'd fancy your chances of getting in at Mark Bosnich. Campbell was a little circumspect, really. But still was a tentative swing of the leg from Manchester United's new goalkeeper. And this sort of incident has been there, really under wraps, if you like, for a while. And it's finally come to pass, and Dermot Gallagher's got to sort out a major scrap.
I told you he was having a little word, Martin, about the tackle, and that's exactly what that is. It's a little bit of retribution by Roy Keane. He saw it was Hutchison, and he hammered into the back of him. There's no doubt in my mind that's because of what happened earlier. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. This is the one I meant. Watch him bound. Now watch the foot come in high into the thigh of Roy Keane, and Keane turns round and has a word with him, and he sees Hutchison. In all honesty, Martin, he does get the ball, partial of it, but there's no doubt he was taking both there, Roy Keane. Absolutely no doubt.
Beckham, what a pass for Dwight York. That's the second tremendous save by Gerrard. Dave Watson taking the free kick. Survivor from the Everton team that won the championship back in 1987. Hutchison! Bosnich's got their bomb, he's in there for Everton! And Campbell! Well, an amazing incident, and Everton have not scored.
That's what makes you champions, Mark. And that's why they are reigning champions. Defending like that. Absolutely superb.
Against them. but they're only one adrift. Here's Barmby's cross. Phelan, what a story that would be if he could help himself to an equaliser. Unsworth. It's Barmby, unmarked. Goal! Deflected it in. So Everton get their reward for plugging away.
Scholes! Instant shot brings early delight for Paul Scholes and for the very great majority at Old Trafford. Owen Giggs with so much room to find a decent cross, and that's the result. Scorer goes to thank the provider. Just too easy. And Sheringham, and it's gone in off Cole. Well, I'll have a debate about that, but for me, Andy Cole got the final touch. It was a slightly messy goal. He looked almost a touch embarrassed about it. And Sheringham! And Solskjaer gets on the score sheet with the fourth.
In Lincolnshire, there's the referee. A noon kick-off in the fixture. Fortunate Mark Bosnich, who goes straight to the dressing room and clearly is in pain. And on comes the man who last appeared against Sheffield Wednesday in April. Bowyer. And as Owen read that very early. Cole. Dwight York lets it go. Scholes! That's a really good stop. Beckham. Owen. Score sheet is blank at half-time. Good cover by Hopkins. Lots of room for Philip Neville. Cole near post. York behind him! Oh! Classic! Goal again, man again, but there was a huge hole down the Leeds left. And once again, York coming in behind Andy Cole. Finds the telling header. It was a really good clip cross by Philip Neville and a fine header as York got round Michael Dewberry. Some you win, some you lose. Swirling wind, which is making life very difficult for the players. Free kick given against Mills. Quick word between Beckham and Giggs. Beckham takes. Oh, and he scored this time on the near post. Dwight York. Much good defending has gone to waste now. Manchester United in control at 2-0. Lovely free kick. 2 goals in 4 minutes, deciding the contest, both scored by Dwight York. And Roy Keane goes off, a victor again, with the applause of the crowd ringing round Old Trafford. And to think again, or will he decide today?
And today's match, also a clash between the most prolific attack in the land, with Manchester United led today by Roy Keane, having scored 80 goals last season against the meanest defence. Lee Dixon, skipper for Arsenal today. Manchester United, they're also missing some key players through injury, notably their new goalkeeper Mark Bosnich. He's replaced by the experienced Dutchman Raymond van der Houw. Beckham's through ball. Oh, that was an important header by KEANE, but they've got it back here, Manchester United. Scholes lay off. Dwight York hits it. And again, the goalkeeper has kept Arsenal in it. Ryan Giggs. Scholes. Here's Beckham. Cole on the far post, York taps it in, but the linesman's flag immediately rules out the celebration. I just wonder if he'd have let the header from Andy Cole go into the net without applying the finishing touch, whether the same decision would have happened. Let's have a look at the replay here. Lovely ball, wasn't it, by Beckham? Then the header by Cole. Well, actually, it would never have gone in anyway, and it almost brushed the arm too, you have to say, there, of KEANE. Here's Vieira. Scholes wins it back. Roy Keane plays it on. The layup by Cole. Keane's there! Manchester United have equalised through the captain, Roy Keane. Dwight York. Beckham to his right. And gets possession now. 3 in the box for Manchester United. York's one of them. Big appeal for a penalty as Nicky Butt went down. Then Beckham goes down. Keane and Vieira clash. Giggs in possession. And the referee saw what went on there between Keane and Vieira. How is he going to deal with it? Vieira just letting his temper get the better of him in the last few minutes, and he and Stamm have a confrontation. Well, I'm afraid this is not the first time we've seen scenes of a similar nature when these two teams meet, and the referee's got some sorting out to do here, and I wouldn't be surprised if a red card is flourished. Not like Jaap Stam. He's normally a very calm, cool customer, I have to say. I've never seen him react quite like that before. There was a head-to-head confrontation between him and Vieira. Now the referee, being surrounded by players, has got some difficult decisions to make, Graham Poll. That was the first challenge by Vieira. Then he and Keane clashed. Keane almost retaliated, and Vieira should be in trouble for that. He was the aggressor there, without doubt. So now Vieira. Good ball. A lovely little header as well. Parler's dispossessed though by Giggs. Danger here for Arsenal. Ryan Giggs hits it, and it comes to Roy Keane, and Keane has slipped home the winner, surely. 2.5 minutes to go. The captain gets his second goal of the game, and Manchester United players and fans celebrate. And Arsenal its defence today. Well, I left my watch running, and it's now showing 49 minutes. This could be the last meaningful action here for Arsenal. They have a free kick. It might be their final hope of an equalising goal. And the header by Upson. Save, but on the line, turned in. What will the referee give here? I don't think he's allowed it. Well, a moment of real controversy. Calm down is his instruction to everyone. He's gone across to his linesman to find out what his view of the incident was. Well, a real major talking point at the end here. Martin Keown told to go away. What's the linesman's view? I don't think he's allowed the goal, that's for sure. Now Arsenal players go to the linesman concerned, but you can tell from the body language there that that goal has not been allowed, presumably. Let's have a look at it again here. The referee deciding there was a foul. Now it was right on the line there. He had a hand on the ball as Keown turned it in. Now Keown will feel that that ball was there to be turned over, but the referee will feel that Van der Hau had both hands on the ball and therefore was in possession. Has never played in a first team match. He's played in a couple of pre-season friendlies and the like, but he's never played in a competitive fixture for Manchester United. Comes on for what I think might be the shortest debut in history, because I would strongly believe that the referee will blow the whistle here. Well, of course there'll be some time to be added for this stoppage to Van der Hau. Clearly has got a pretty horrible knock in the face there, but there can only be 3 or 4 seconds to go. So here's Culkin's first kick in Premiership football, and there is the whistle as I expected. That is the briefest debut in history. Culkin's come on, kicked the ball once, the final whistle's blown, final score in the biggest game of the season so far in the English Premiership. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 2.
Indeed, it did prove to be the briefest of debuts for Nick Culkin, and he never appeared in a Premiership game again.
For a move to the bench, United goalkeeper Burton, Teddy Sheringham for Paul Scholes and Andy Cole. At Highfield Road for us was John Champion.
This is Irwin. On to Sheringham. Patient this from United. Now some space though for Dwight York. Even more space for Dwight York. Off the post from Dwight York. The first time he's escaped from the shackles of the Coventry defence. And Dwight York, who has such a good scoring record on this ground, denied merely by the width of the upright. Roy Keane. That went through the legs of Shipo to York, and here's a chance for Ryan Giggs! Arriving as a substitute, in by Beckham this time for York, and Scholes this time! Deflected and in. Applause from the manager who's just made the substitution. Touch first by York. The shot from Scholes hit Breen, but still rocketed into the roof of the net, beyond the despairing headman. York. Giggs. Now Irwin. Scholes. Glorious ball. Beckham would have been proud of that himself. And there's York! A goal of classic simplicity. A crossfield pass of a high order, matched in terms of quality by Beckham's cross.
Question everyone seemed to be asking it at the start of the season, will they have the same hunger? Well, I think we're given the answer to that, and it's good for me to see that.
Was that a question in your mind as well?
No, that wasn't a question for me at all. I think that was a general question, because I think it's a natural one because of such an achievement last season that people want to ask this question, have they done enough, and they won the European Cup, so what? But could they finish off and just have a nice easy life? But I don't think they're like that.